The Galactic Council chamber hummed with the usual cacophony of alien dialects. But today the tension was palpable. Elder Kravax, a towering figure from the ancient Vorthian race, stood at the center podium, his crystalline eyes sweeping across the assembled delegates. "I warned you all," his voice resonated through the translators. "The humans do not excuse transgressions. They do not forget." Emily Chen sat in the observation deck of the UNSC Resolute, her fingers dancing across the holographic display. As the chief tactical officer, she had spent 3 months analyzing the Zelthri Empire's attack patterns. The Alien Confederation had made a catastrophic mistake 6 months ago, when they destroyed the human colony on New Terra, killing 40,000 civilians in what they claimed was a minor territorial dispute. The Zelthri had laughed at humanity's diplomatic protests. They were an empire spanning 12 systems, with military might that had subjugated dozens of species. Humans, in their estimation, were newcomers to the galactic stage, insignificant, weak, and easily intimidated. They had never been more wrong. "Mum, we're approaching the Zelthri home system," Lieutenant Erling Thorson reported from his navigation station. The young Norwegian officer had lost his entire family on New Terra. His voice remained steady, professional, but Emily could see the fire burning behind his ice-blue eyes. "All ships, maintain formation," Emily commanded into her comm. Behind the Resolute, 200 human warships emerged from faster-than-light travel in perfect synchronization. It was the largest fleet humanity had ever assembled. Elder Kravax had tried to warn the Zelthri High Command 3 months prior, when human ships began massing at the border systems. He had lived for 6 centuries and had studied hundreds of species. The humans possessed something unique, something terrifying that other races had lost or never possessed. They remembered, they calculated, and they never, ever excused those who harmed their own. The Zelthri Emperor Thaxazel had dismissed the Elders' concerns with contempt. "These mammals are emotional creatures," he had sneered. "They posture and threaten, but they lack the will for true warfare. Our shields alone could withstand their entire arsenal." Emily studied the tactical display as Erling coordinated the fleet's positioning. The Zelthri had assembled their defensive armada, over 500 ships, confident in their technological superiority. Their energy shields were indeed formidable, products of thousand-year-old technology that had never been breached. But humanity had spent those 6 months doing what humans did best: learning, adapting, and innovating. "Erling, begin the sequence," Emily ordered. "Aye, ma'am." Initiating resonance cascade in 3, 2, 1. The human fleet released a synchronized pulse of energy, not designed to penetrate the shields, but to study them. Advanced AI systems analyzed the shield frequencies in microseconds, identifying the precise harmonic wavelengths that sustained them. "Pattern acquired," Erling reported, his fingers flying across his console. "Feeding data to all ships now." What happened next would be studied in military academies across the galaxy for generations. The human fleet didn't attack with brute force, they attacked with precision and understanding. Each ship fired at exact frequencies that didn't oppose the Zelthri shields, but rather caused them to resonate, to vibrate at frequencies their own generators couldn't compensate for. Within minutes, the impenetrable Zelthri shields began to collapse like dominoes. Emperor Thaxazel watched in horror from his flagship as his defensive line crumbled. "This is impossible. Our technology is superior." How Elder Kravax's holographic image appeared on the bridge, transmitted from the Neutral Council station. "I tried to tell you, Emperor. Humans don't excuse wrongs against them, and they don't respect superiority, they dissect it, understand it, and overcome it. You killed their children. Did you really think they would simply accept diplomatic apologies?" Emily felt no satisfaction as the Zelthri fleet began its retreat. This wasn't about victory or conquest. It was about accountability. "Open a channel to the Emperor's flagship," she commanded. Thaxazel's reptilian face appeared on the screen, his earlier arrogance replaced by fear. "Mercy, we can negotiate." "You had 6 months to negotiate," Emily interrupted coldly. "You chose to mock our diplomatic envoys. You chose to claim that 40,000 human lives were an acceptable casualty of your expansion. You made your choice." Erling highlighted targets on his display, his movements mechanical, precise. Each mark represented a military installation, each calculation ensuring minimal civilian casualties. Humans were ruthless, but they weren't monsters. The Elder warned you, Emily continued. Humans don't excuse. We don't forget. And we certainly don't allow the murder of our people to go unanswered. Your military infrastructure will be dismantled. Your empire's ability to wage war will be neutralized. And every species you've subjugated will be offered protection under human jurisdiction. You can't, the Emperor began. We can. And we are. Emily terminated the connection. The battle lasted 14 hours. The Zelthri Empire, which had stood for 3 millennia, had its military capability reduced to nothing in less than a single day. The humans didn't occupy their worlds or enslave their people. They simply ensured that the Zelthri would never again be able to threaten others. In the aftermath, Elder Kravax addressed the Galactic Council once more. Let this be a lesson to all species present. The humans warned us they were different when they first arrived. We should have listened. They operate on principles we've forgotten: justice, accountability, and the unwavering belief that wrongs must be answered. They don't excuse transgressions, and when they make a promise, whether of friendship or retribution, they fulfill it absolutely. Emily stood on the observation deck, watching as the fleet prepared for the journey home. Erling approached, his duty shift ended. Do you think they'll understand now? He asked quietly. That we're not to be dismissed. Emily nodded slowly. They'll understand. The galaxy has been operating on intimidation and posturing for so long. They forgot what real resolve looks like. We showed them. The Elder tried to warn them. Yes, Emily agreed. But some lessons can only be learned through experience. The Zelthri learned theirs, and the rest of the galaxy learned something. To humanity doesn't make idle threats, and we never excuse those who harm our own. As the UNSC Resolute turned toward home, the message echoed across every alien channel and communication network. Humans don't excuse, and no one should ignore their warnings.